TIFU by not following the directions on my inhaler and getting an unnecessary tonsillectomy. This happened around 2002. I had chronic asthma and cats. Definitely related. And so my doctor put me on an inhaled corticosteroid, I think Pulmicort, which worked a treat. So much so, in fact, that I didn't even think about it. A couple of puffs every day, and the cats could sleep on my face for all I cared. Stuff worked great, so I'm cruising through life renewing this prescription with not a care in the world, except a very slight, not even worth mentioning, pain in my throat. Finally I'd had enough and went to the doctor about it. He prescribed antibiotics, antifungal gargles, antifungal pills, and I don't remember what else. But nothing worked. Finally, the nuclear option. I had my tonsils taken out at age 38, and guess what? Still didn't fix the problem. I was at my wit's end. Then one day I just happened to run out of stuff to read while on the toilet, and I grabbed the instructions for my latest reload of Pulmicort out of the trash and began reading. Long story short, yeah, you're supposed to gargle after inhaling that stuff. I'd never gargled once after inhaling that stuff. So I started. My 3-year battle with mild throat pain and the unnecessary tonsillectomy ended within days. It was the inhaler, and my arrogance at thinking I didn't need to read instructions for a stupid inhaler. TLDR. Gargle after you use a steroidal inhaler. I didn't and had a multi-year battle with throat pain that even a tonsillectomy didn't fix. Gargling to rinse the residue out of my mouth fixed it within days. You gargle after inhaled steroids to prevent thrush. Any doctor should have been able to see that in your mouth. The antifungal pills should have taken care of that if you took them long enough. I specifically remember my doctor telling me to do this when prescribing one of my inhalers. It was in a tone of "you better do this" and not merely a suggestion. I'm surprised you weren't told the same. Sure, we all read instructions, or are expected to, but it's nice to get a heads up for any side effects. I have an everyday inhaler and a rescue inhaler. I drink after I use both because it leaves a film or funny taste in my mouth. How was your surgeon's first question, not, are you rinsing after using your inhaler? Quote question mark. Screams the ent I work for always tries to find the reason for throat pain if you're consistently strep negative and not constantly getting tonsil stones. Tonsillectomies are one of the worst surgeries out there for adults. I'm sorry your doctors failed you there. You should have been questioned, counseled by several of them about the inhalers prior to the point of surgery. Wow, I use an emergency inhaler and never knew this. It's rare I need to use it, but now I think about it. If I've used mine twice in a day, I do get a sore throat for a couple of days afterwards. Hey, you don't need tonsils, anyway. Lol. Buy spacer for your inhaler if you have not already. It will help with effective inhalation of steroid. Also, gargling is not only important for clearing oral cavity, throat from irritants, but also because steroids suppress immunity and there is a risk oral infections, especially opportunistic infections, such as candidiasis. When inhaler is not properly used, most of the steroid is left in the oral cavity, suppress immunity in local oral throat area, inviting opportunistic infections. How hard was it recovering from the tonsillectomy at 38? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I agree with others. They should have asked about how you use your inhaler. Also, it should have been told to you by the doctor or pharmacist on how to use it correctly.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.